Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, so we are going to discuss some things here, some simple things. Well, let me first introduce myself. My name is Kn-renda, and the work I'm going to present to you, it was given to us as our coursework, and it is under simulation and modeling as a course unit. So let's kickstart our journey. So these are the questions. These are questions that I'm going to take you through. And question 1 says that you have been selected to simulate the checkout processes in an e-commerce store. Let's say a small gift shop. The setup includes one cashier and one line of customers waiting for service. The objective is to determine the key performance measures, that is the average time a customer spends in the system and the percentage of time that the checkout clerk is idle or the waiter is idle, or the cashier. Sorry about that. So among the assumptions, we have the interarrival time, whereby this is supposed to be a random value, so it's supposed to get it by using the formula that can generate random values, and they are supposed to be from 1 up to 15, round at the nearest whole minute. Then the service time, it's also a random variable that we're supposed to get using the random generators, just like the interarrival times, between 1 and 8. So now let's go to the required part. It's like they're saying create an MS Excel spreadsheet to simulate the checkout process, and then carry out the simulation for the average customer time and the proportion. Well, we're supposed to simulate current customers, and we're supposed to simulate for 3 hours. Then after we generate the 50 repercussions of the simulation. So let's go straight to the MS Excel. Well, I would redo one, but I had already did my default one. So let me open this spreadsheet. So as you can see, this is how I did what? I came up with my Excel data. If I try to minimize this, let me scroll here such that you see them well. And this is the customer ID. Just type in the name customer ID. Then the arrival time, interarrival time, service start time, service stop time. The time the customer is in the system, and the time server, and the time the server is idle. So these headings, just type them in. But of course, you ask me why I've included in all those times. So we are to consider all these times. If you're supposed to stimulate to get the random values of interarrival time and the service time. But the question tells us to get the average time. The customer is in the system, this one. So there's no way we can get this. There's no way we can capture the average time the customer is in the system minus getting the arrival time, and the arrival time depends on the inter-arrival time. So the moment we're supposed to be with the arrival time in our Excel, we're supposed to also have the arrival time. So then we also need the service time, because it will help us in generating the the time the customer is in the system, whereby it will also help us to generate the service start time and the service stop time. Then also the time in which the server is idle. So now for the arrival time, the first step is to generate to generate the inter-arrival time, whereby this is a random variable. We shall just have to type in this method, the one you're seeing, then we generate the random variables. The same with the same with the service time, so it's a random variable. Then to get the arrival time, of course the time for the first customer to arrive in the system will always be 0, because the system is not working and it's the first time the customer is arriving, so it will be 0. And then we have to generate the for the rest of the customers by adding the the previous arrival time, which is 0, and you add to the inter-arrival time, which is 8. As I said, these values are random, and just not at each and every click, these values will have to change. So this is a random, this is random. This one we said we are adding the previous arrival time plus the inter-arrival time. Then this service time, this one also the time for the first customer is 0, simply because the time at which the cashier is starting to do to offer the service to the customer is 0. So for the first customer, the start time is 0. Then we have generated the service start time for the rest of the customers by using this method. So when you type it in, then you scroll here, and they will do they will generate. So, and now this is service stop time. This is the method we use, that is E2 plus D2. That is the service start time plus the service time together, service stop time. Then customers in the system will have to get the service stop time minus the arrival time. Then the time the server is idle. For this, for the first customer is 0, because at that very moment, nothing is taking place. So the time is always 0. Then we generate for the rest of the customers. This 0 means that the first customer time is 0. So then we generate the maximum value of the current arrival time plus the rate time of the current customer minus the service end time of the previous customer. So then from there, by doing all this, then we'll have to come up with a model of the system. Then here we shall have to calculate to compute the average time in the customer system, because we need to simulate this, and the proportion of time the checkout clerk is idle. Of course, we are simulating for 3 hours, whereby the total simulation time is 180 minutes. Remember, the question was saying per minute. Then the average of the total time the customer is in the system, will get the average of this column just by saying average into G2 to G21. This is 20 customers. And the percentage proportion time for the checkout clerk is idle. This is the formula. Then we come up with the process. Then remember, we have to simulate. So here we have to to create a new sheet. Okay, this was my sheet, but now we have to do I have to show you well on how to come up with this simulation. So let's create our new sheet, and here we'll start with the customer ID. Then you drag they need 50 replications. Let me do an example. Just stop at that value, and then you fill in the series. This is just to save time. This is just to save time from typing in from 1 up to 50. Then I'll have to do what? I'll have to come. I need to create a new row. Yes. So I have to come here and press the equal sign. I'll select the table. Then I go back to my sheet 1 and select the average time that I need to simulate, like a table. Then from there I press enter. Then from pressing enter, I come here and I highlight both of them. I'm creating the simulation for the average time. Then you come to data. You come to what if analysis, select data table. Then right here you get a free cell that is on top of this first value here we got. Then you actually you're supposed to do this in the column input cell. Then you select it, then you press OK. The values will do what? Will generate. Then this one you can name it as average, and this one you can name it as simulation. So our work is supposed to be viewable. So then we shall do the same for the what? For estimating the proportion time. And this is one. So in order to save time, you just do what? You just save time. You just scroll up to where our replications end, and that is there. Then okay, let me do this once. Then up to here, then I fill in the series just to save time in typing the stuff. Then I come right here, right select equal signs. Then I go back to my data sheet. Then I select this table for the proportion. Then you press enter. Then you come back here and highlight these two. You highlight them. Then you make sure you go to the data tab and look for the what if analysis. Select the data table. Then you come here in the column input cell. Then you select one cell up. Then you press OK. Then they will generate. And remember these values are a percentage what? The percentage proportion. So we have to format our cell and put them to percentage so that they do what? They match with the first one. Okay, then our simulation is done. This is proportion. So this was an example, and this was my original work. So this is how I did this. Thank you so much. That has been our question 1, and I think we've done all. Generate 50 replications, creating the simulation for these two values. Yeah, I think we are done.